So should I invest in a Roth IRA? That's a great question. It's pretty common. So first we'll talk about what exactly a Roth IRA is. So the word Roth is actually a senator's last name in 1997 that came up with the concept. IRA is an individual retirement account. So it's an individual account and it's also a tax favored retirement account. So let's talk about the benefits of a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA provides tax-free growth into retirement. So it says, tax me now through my wages, through my paycheck, and don't ever tax me again, as long as I wait until I'm 59 and a half, which is the magic age to be able to pull everything out from a Roth IRA completely tax-free. So keep in mind, Roth IRA is not a specific investment itself. It's not like a stock or a bond or a ETF or something like that. You can think of it as the shell that those sorts of investments sit inside of. It's an account type. So you can't directly invest into a Roth IRA. You can use an account type that's called a Roth IRA to make those investments. So it sounds like a really sweet deal to be able to have that tax-free income in retirement. However, there are limitations that the government put in place to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA. So number one is you can only contribute $6,500 a year to a Roth IRA if you're under 50 years old. And in fact, if you're a married taxpayer and you make over $228,000, you can't contribute at all to a Roth IRA. Now, there is something called a backdoor Roth IRA contribution, but we won't touch on that. It can get kind of complicated there. But that income threshold can be lowered by certain contributions to tax deferred accounts. So for example, if you contribute to your pre-tax 401k, that lowers the amount so you might be able to qualify. Or if you contribute to an HSA or a dependent care flexible spending account, or any other tax favored account, that will lower your income threshold to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA. So what are some good situations to have a Roth IRA? The first is if you're in a profession with a pension. So think about government workers like teachers, firefighters, police officers, or any other government employee. You likely have a pension that is going to be 100% taxable. And so to have an account that's tax-free in retirement to balance out the tax status is a really good thing. Another situation would be if someone's early on in their career and they expect their tax bracket to be much higher in the next couple of decades. Well, you'd rather pay taxes now and put money into a retirement account versus later on at a much higher tax rate. Another situation would be if a spouse decided that they're going to take a few years off of work to take care of kids, or maybe there's a gap year in employment. Well, chances are for that year, you have a much lower tax bracket, and thus you want to be able to pay taxes now on the Roth IRA contributions and let them grow tax-free later on when you're in a higher tax bracket. But what's really important here is we want to maintain a nice mix between tax-free or Roth IRA dollars and pre-tax or your traditional 401k dollars throughout your lives. Because at the end of the day, we don't necessarily know what tax rates are going to be like 10, 20 years from now. But what we do know is our tax rate from year to year. And based on the tax rate for the year, we can decide which one of those to contribute to. And that's the game we should be playing at this point. So last but not least, the real benefit of having a nice, diverse mix of tax statuses of accounts between tax-free and tax-deferred and partially taxable is the fact that in retirement, we can use the tax-deferred bucket, the tax-deferred account that's 100% taxable for income up to a certain tax bracket. And then for the remainder of the year, we can use the Roth IRA for income. And thus we can say, let's take out of the tax-deferred account up until the 10% tax bracket is eclipsed. We probably want to leave some cushion there. And then for the remainder of the year, we'll take out of the Roth IRA. And that way we know for a fact we're only in the 10% tax bracket for the whole year. And we can do that for the remainder of your retirement. And that's the real beauty of having a nice mix between tax statuses of accounts. And if you start decades and decades before retirement building those types of accounts, you give yourself the ultimate flexibility in retirement. And you could even probably retire earlier because of these types of accounts. So if you enjoyed this video, you can head on over to millennialfp.com and go to the Learn tab, and you're going to find other videos just like this. And if you have a question yourself that you want answered, You can scroll down to the bottom of that page, submit your own question, and we'll answer it anonymously on a future post. And finally, if you're interested in financial planning yourself or your own specific situation, we specialize in helping millennial families align their money decisions with what's important to them. And we take an educational and judgment-free approach to it. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can schedule a free discovery session where we get to know a little bit more about your situation, tell you a little bit more about how we work with clients, and see if it's a good fit. So once again, it's a free discovery session. You just have to head on over to millennialfp.com and schedule that.